In this week's Parsha, it says, "See, God has designated with the name Bezalel, son of Uri, son of Hur." Bezalel was the chief architect of the Mishkan, the portable sanctuary that the Jews had in the desert. Each time he's introduced, the Torah traces his lineage both to his father and his grandfather, Hur. Bezalel's grandfather was the one who stood up and objected vociferously to the construction of the golden calf, and he paid for this with his life as he was killed. It would seem that Hur sacrificed his life in vain. Nothing was accomplished by his death. He tried to stop the Jewish people from making the golden calf, but they killed him and made it anyway. By repeatedly tracing Bezalel's lineage back to Hur, the Torah is emphasizing that Hur did not die in vain. Our sages say that the reason Bezalel was chosen to build the Mishkan was that he was Vayakhel, in the shadow of God. We are not told that his CV was the best fit for the job description. In fact, we do not know if he was a great architect or artisan or even had the necessary skills. What Bezalel had was an unbelievable attachment to Hashem. Such an attachment was necessary to create a place in this world that would be a residence for the divine presence. Where did Bezalel obtain this quality of Vayakhel? By taking and tracing his genealogy back to Hur, the Torah emphasizes that these are qualities he inherited from his grandfather. That quality that Hur exhibited, a willingness to give his life for Hashem's honor, was transferred through his son Uri to his grandson Bezalel. We live in a world where we have instant responses, microwaves, WhatsApp, groceries delivered in a few minutes. We want results and we want them now. Did Hur accomplish anything or not? Did he or did he not prevent the sin? Based on this evaluation, Hur was a failure. They made the golden calf anyway. However, that narrow view is based on our view of the world. In Hashem's world, that is not the end of the story. A grandfather's dedication and sacrifice, which during its time may have seemed futile, may still have major impact on the potential accomplishments of future generations. Moreover, our sages say that the Mishkan was an atonement for the sin of the golden calf. This atonement was brought about through the efforts of Bezalel, who himself came from Hur. Thus, Hur is ultimately responsible for the atonement for the sin that he tried to stop. So therefore, we can say that Hur did stop the golden calf. He stopped its effect by providing for its atonement. We've become accustomed to instant results. However, that's not how Hashem operates. Success is not evaluated instantaneously. Hur's accomplishment was not perceived at the time, but Hur did, in effect, provide the atonement for the sin of the golden calf. And Rabbi Franz says that that's the reason for the emphasis on the word re'u, see, which introduces Bezalel. Re'u means think about it, see how life sometimes works. And I think that this is so important to remember now, when the war seems interminable and it can feel like there's just no shift. I read an article a few months ago in the Daily Telegraph about the emaciated hostages. It was just after they were released, and the headline was, "No one can now deny the evil that is Hamas." Well, from the comments, there tend to still be people and quite a few people who can deny the evil that is Hamas. And you hear how Hamas killed the Beba's children and think how surely now there will be results. The world will take a stand and the hostages will be released. And one can wonder, are all our efforts in vain? Be it the soldiers who give up their lives, to Tehillim that we say. But our Parsha comes to tell us, Re'u, see, this is how life sometimes works. We have no idea what our efforts, the Tehillim we say, the tzedakah we give, the mitzvahs we do, accomplish. And Be'ezras Hashem, though, we should see our efforts soon. Good Shabbos.